Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the lecture. So, in this lecture, we'll start with the reinforcement work. That's the last part what I have. Okay. So, for reinforcement work, you have to look into the volume number DAR volume number 1. So, it's written 5.22.6. It is written thermomechanically treated bars of grade FE 500 or more. Okay. In this way, there are different other things also. Hot drawn steel wire, which we don't use. Hot rolled also we don't use. We go with the HYSD bar, that is, or TMT bars. Okay. Fine. Now we'll start with the rate analysis of this. It's very simple again. So first again what we'll do, we'll start for 1 quintal. What is 1 quintal? See, previously we were doing for 1 ton. So 1 ton is 1,000 kg. 1 ton is 1,000 kg. But here it is 1 quintal. So 1 quintal will be how much? Exactly 100 kg. Okay. First we'll do the rate analysis for 100 kg. Then per kg we'll take the rate. Okay. Fine. So first what you have written in the material part. First comes your material. So deformed twisted steel bar of 1 quintal is required. 1.00 Q means it's quintal. That means 100 kg I'll take. So usually we'll add a 5% wastage in the steel. So that is why whenever I did the bar bending schedule and all, I told you to add around 5% wastage for the column, for the beam and all, isn't it? So here 5% wastage is added. So total will be 1.0 Q plus 0.05 will be 1.05 quintal total. That means for 1.05 quantity, we are going to do the rate analysis. First, we'll start with twisted steel or deform bar. So it's written quintal here. And we got 1.05, written 1.05. Now come to the rate. So again, rate, you see, this rate is on a very lower side. Because if you go to the market now, and if you check what is the cost of the steel, it is at least 70 rupees per kg. 70 rupees per kg. And we are speaking here in terms of quintal, that will be 100. So 100 divided by 70 will actually come out to be 7,000 on a very minimum side I'm speaking of. So this is not 4,900. It should be at least 7,000. Now again, like I mentioned, since I'm speaking in a very low quantity, tomorrow you may have some, like in our project, we had around 28 tons of steel, isn't it? Now you go to a vendor, ask him like, this is a steel what I require. How much discount on what is the minimum price that you can give for? He may say, I can give you for 65 rupees per kg. Okay. In that case also, it will come out to be 6,500 on a minimum side I'm speaking of. 4,900 means it's like 49 rupees per kg, where you don't get a steel in the market nowadays. But still, for our understanding, I'll go with 4,900. So it comes out to be 5,145. Simple. Now carriage of steel. Again, carriage of steel means for tons. Okay. In terms of tons, they'll take you 145 rupees. Again, you know how this carriage will come. If you're procuring 5 tons of a steel, okay, and the transportation guy says, I'll charge you like 5,000 rupees. I'll charge you 1,000 rupees for this. For 5 ton, if he's charging you 1,000, for 1 ton, it will be roughly how much? 200 rupees. So you input 200 here. Okay. That's how the calculation will be done. But again, I explained you the calculation. You check from where you're bringing your steel. Check what is the transportation cost. Check how many steel you're bringing at once. If you can carry 5 tons, and if it's charging you, let us say 1,000 rupees is my transportation cost. Based on that, for 1 ton you can find it will cost 200 rupees, and then you can input the rate here. So it's written carriage of steel. Okay. Simple. Next is cover block. See, whenever you do any RCC work, you require a cover block, isn't it? So this cover block, this people have put your lump sum, that is quantities, you require 26 here. Okay, lump sum. And the rate this people have put, based on that, 55.12 is what they have put. So you can put a lump sum and you can put like 60 rupees for the cover block here. For 1 ton, if I want to do, not 1 ton, if I want to do this thing, what is that? 1 quintal of the steel work, then roughly I require this much cover block, and this is the cost of that. Okay, fine. After that, come to the labor part. You require a labor for straightening, cutting, bending, binding, and placing in position. You require a blacksmith, isn't it? So you'll work for 1.0 day. His rate is 784 rupees. Come to the baildar who will help him in bringing the steel and all. He'll also work for 1 day. The quantity is 1. So the rate is 645. Then again, sunrise and binding wire, because you require a binding wire for tying also. Then some additional cost may come. So again, they have taken some 57 rupees additional cost here. That's it. Once you do up to here, your total will be 6701. Okay. Then you add 1% water charges on that. Then you add a GST of 14.5% on that. Then you add a contractor profit on that. And finally, you add 1% cess on that. So the total cost for 1 quintal will be 8966. but I want the cost for a per kg. So I'll divide this by 100. Okay. So I'll get 89.65 rupees per kg. How much it is? 89.65. This is for kg. Okay. But whenever we do the BOQ, we speak in terms of ton. So ton is 1000 kg. So what I'll do? 89.5. I'll write it here. I'll multiply this by 1000. Okay. So this will be 89,500 rupees per ton, isn't it? That's it. The same cost, whatever you can see, that we had done the input in BOQ. 89,650 is what we had done. And we had a 20 tons of steel from our bar bending schedule sheet. It will cost me around 18 lakh. That will be almost how much? $22,000. $22,000 is required for this. Got it? No? So in this way, you're supposed to prepare your this thing, rate analysis. Again, for the steel, you check in the market on, like I mentioned, in the market, this is the price going on. In market for the steel for ton, it is going on in the range of 72 to almost 82,000 rupees is going on in the market. So check what is happening in the market, and based on that you can put your input here. Okay, of course rate analysis has to be done, but along with that you need to check what is happening in the market also. Okay, great. So up to here I've finished everything, reinforcement work, everything I've explained you. So this ends up all my rate analysis part. In future, if I feel there are any other parts which I need to add, I'll be adding it after this lecture. But still, what I would advise is to go through the DSR which is given to you, DAR which is given to you. There are a lot of things because I cannot explain each and everything because there are more than thousands item here, and it doesn't make any sense to explain you all the 1,000 item here, and that is practically not required also. Whatever major elements that we use in the construction industry, I've explained you here. Other than that, it everything is a project specific. If there is a need, we go with that. Okay, so what you do is, but you go through that, since I cannot be with you all the time. So go through some of the clauses given here. Okay, I have attached the different BOQ also, and right now I have spoken only regarding the DSR, that is Delhi Schedule of Rate. So one assignment you can do, check the DSR in your place. Suppose if you are from India, in whichever state you are, suppose if you are from Bangalore, you check in the Bangalore. Suppose if you are from Mumbai, you check that Mumbai. Suppose if you are some other places you go. Suppose if you're from different country, check, go to your government websites, check on the DSR. Every country or every state, every city has their own DSR. Go and download it. Check what is the rate happening in your place, right? So whatever I've explained from the Indian point of view, this is correct. Of course, if you're going for other countries, so the method will remain the same. 1 + 1 is 2 all over the world. But maybe the rates what I have quoted may be different in your place. So check all those things. Based on that, you'll get an idea. But I think from my side, given you a complete idea how the rate analysis will be done. After that, the rate, like I always tell, it's completely depending on the market rate what is available. Okay, so great. So I hope you have enjoyed my entire series of lecture. We'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.